Coming up tonight, FSC sets new direction, raising awareness on e-ticketing and another company in the stock exchange. Good evening, you're watching Fiji Today. This year's production of sugar is a lot higher compared to its 2010 production of 1.8 million tonnes. FSC Executive Chairman Abdul Khan says the industry is looking at about 2.25 million tonnes this year, which is approximately 400,000 to 500,000 tonnes more cane than what the industry faced last year.
By the end of the crushing season, the Fiji Sugar Corporation Limited is targeting to get over than 190,000 tonnes of cane production. According to FSC Executive Chairman Abdul Khan says 2011 has been quite good compared to previous years. This year, the gaps of cane supply to all the 4 mills have improved and the mills performing a lot better.
Yeah, the performance for all the 4 mills has been a lot better than what it has been in previous years. So yeah, it's been across the board. We've still got a long way to go, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
Khan says under the reforms government has put in place, the industry will take over the transport of cane, which previously were handling by farmers. He added, farmers will still control on harvesting their canes. However, the transporting of canes to the mills will be taken over by FSC in the next crushing season.
We are using, under the Blue Ribbon program, we are using prisoners at the moment, and in our own estates, we're using them to do help us with the ploughing, help us with the farrowing, preparing the land, and also with the planting as well. So we're looking at some of these. Some of these are also just pilot schemes. But obviously, you know, as we go through it, we improve on it so that come next year and the following year, we can use more and more of these people, you know, and make them more productive and give them a meaningful life here.
To date, about 150,000 tons of sugar has been produced and 3 shipments has been sent, whereby the 4th shipment will be sent by the end of December. Meanwhile, in terms of close of season, Penang Mill closes at the end of this month and the other 3 will close at the end of December. Khan says the target is try to get the mills closed before Christmas, but that will be dependent on cane supply and with the weather permitting.
The Ministry of Works, Transport and Public Utilities is continuously raising awareness to members of the public on the use of the e-ticketing system. This to ensure that before the e-ticketing system begins, everyone knows how to use the system with the card.
Before we will embark with the rest of the population, there is going to be continuous extensive public relations exercises carried out in the various villages, settlements, communities, whatever you like. To ensure that everybody is brought up to speed on how to use the card. We cannot avoid using the cards. Even now, social welfare is paying social welfare recipients through banks. So people are now beginning to use their cards. This one here is not as complicated as the bank cards, where you get in and then you have to put in and type and the withdrawal amount. This one is simply tap in, tap out. And it captures the distance that you travel and the fare that you need to pay.
Ministry spokesperson Sainyana Randrondra says positive feedback has been received from school children who are currently using the system.
The feedback that we've got from them is they've been excited about the use of the cards. There are certain issues though that need to be addressed in the buses, which we've also discussed in the weekend with the relevant stakeholders, is the reachability of the consoles. As a child gets on the bus, they need to be able to access it easily instead of reaching out, as you may have noted in the launch, where the head of government had to reach out quite a fair bit of distance to be able to tap on the machine. So that is being tackled now. We are trying to ensure that the machines, particularly taking into account that some of these children that are getting on the bus are primary school students and they need to be able to reach the machine very easily. So those are the minor issues that are being adjusted between TFL and the buses.
Future Forest Fiji Limited has officially been accepted to the South Pacific Stock Exchange. This was confirmed by the Attorney General's office yesterday afternoon. The company will deliver a number of socio-economic opportunities directly to Fijians in rural and urban areas.
Future Forest Fiji Limited is expected to create 2,000 direct and indirect jobs through the cultivation of teak, a tropical hardwood tree species. This will earn revenue for the Fijian economy through the creation of high-end furniture and ships. Intensive management systems will be implemented by Future Fiji Forest in Ra Province, Singatoka, Vanuatu, Taveuni and more. These programs will promote both agriculture and industry, empower Fijians as landowners and skilled laborers, attract infrastructure development, and establish sustainable business practices to develop these areas over the next 100 years. Chairman of Future Forest Fiji, Paul Evers, says locals will be hired from areas surrounding the forest and will be given specialized training. Landowners will be given annual lease fees, 10% of revenues, and contracts for jobs. Positive interest has been shown by locals in this regard, and Future Fiji Forest assures to sustain teak as it is a renewable resource. This is also a great opportunity for local and international investment in Future Forest Fiji, not only as a progressive forestry company listed on the stock exchange, but as a sustainable investment in the environment and the economy.
This week will be a memorable one for more than 427 children between the ages of 3 to 5 attending early childhood education centres run by Save the Children Fiji around the country.
Save the Children Fiji to date has 42 ECE centres in the 3 divisions, 16 in Lambasa, 11 in Suba, 7 in Nasinu, 4 in Lautoka, 2 in Ba and Nandi. Save the Children Fiji Chief Executive Chandar Shekhar says education, and specifically the right to equality and access to early childhood education, is in line with the global initiative launched in 2008 through the Rewrite the Future initiative, which emphasizes the linkages between education and peace. SC Fiji is increasing access to early childhood education targeted at low-income families through community-based projects which prepares both children and their parents for their children's future development. Mr. Shekhar said children from disadvantaged families receive education through play materials, learn about good hygienic practices, religious values and safety, and it prepares them well to enter primary schools without experiencing any difficulty. ECE centers have enabled many children to receive education from within their own surroundings and continued with further education.
Don't go away, more after the break.